Second scrimmage at camp, we really just focused on ourselves. Coach Stats, we had a game plan really, against our offense or whatever. Now it's time to get ready for North Dakota State. We try to better what we can do, what we control. That's pretty much it, really.
What's some of the takeaways you've seen from the defense as a group and the secondary as a group so far in camp?
Takeaways from the secondary, we're pretty veteran, we're old. You got me, Corbin, DJ. So we pretty much know the defensive scheme inside and out. We're trying to pass it down to the younger generation because we got I think 4 new DBs come in. So we're trying to teach what we do know to them so they can benefit as well. So we just keep it moving.
Today, obviously, it wasn't full contact like the first scrimmage, but the defense kind of dictated at the first scrimmage. What have you seen from the offense today and just since the first scrimmage?
Offense, believe it or not, I think we're better than we've ever been at this point. Kyle Copeland's showing a lot of good things. Shane, he's really surprised me. He's stepping up too. London, so I know they got some competition going around, but hopefully we'll have figured out who our go man is.
Only another few days of camp, and then you start preparing for an opponent, which I'm sure you guys are probably excited for that. But what's some of the keys the last couple of days of camp?
Just being smart, staying healthy. We need everybody we can. North Dakota, we know that they're stacked. Believe it or not, we're just veterans. We're getting some extra film in. So when we're not practicing, we're already looking at North Dakota, getting ready for them, see what their scheme is. We know that they like to smash mouth football. So we got to be really physical with them. We're looking forward to the challenge, though.
I thought we had too many mistakes as far as running, whether it was the right routes or running the right play for a second scrimmage. Those things you would hope to be cleaned up. So I was disappointed in that we didn't execute just a basic plays like we should have. It was hot, and so you're always a little concerned about how you guys can come back. But I thought we competed pretty well. We didn't let the weather be a factor, which was good since we're going to be playing in it a couple times. And so it was a solid. Our kicking game was disappointing to say the least. So there's some concern there. You'd hoped you'd got over that hump there with that last year, and so it looks like we're back to square one there. So we got a lot of work to do the next 2 weeks.
Full contact on Tuesday and then not full contact today. I think that's something you guys did last year too. What's the thought process behind that?
Well, we wanted, we got a pretty mature team, and so we wanted to get one good, huge scrimmage where we tackled, where we were doing as much live stuff as we could, and got through it. We're not in the position where we can afford this close to a game to really lose anybody for significant time. So we wanted to try to make it as much as we could as a game physically, at least, up and try not to tackle. And so we did it last year. We thought it helped us out pretty good, and so wanted to do it again. And you lose some things, I think, by not tackling, obviously. So some young kids need to learn how to tackle, and maybe a running back would have broke a tackle here or there. But we're not trying to beat each other. We're trying to make sure we're all together when we kick off in 2 weeks. So that was the main purpose of it.
Obviously pretty close to getting ready for North Dakota State, I guess. What's the most important things here the last couple of days of what's the true camp?
Well, I think now that we're through this second scrimmage, you start gearing up for your first opponent here relatively soon. So after tonight, as we watch the video, we'll solidify, all right, what's our depth chart? Who can we count on? Who's going to be traveling, who's going to be, helping us at least early on until they gain some more experience. And then we start preparing and making all of our practice, geared toward getting ready for that first game. So that's the next step here, and hopefully some things that people did today solidify some spots for them, and maybe some other guys, jumped ahead of some other players. So that's what we have to evaluate tonight.